Hello, this video is brought to you by my supporters on Patreon and my members on YouTube. Minasan, arigatou gozaimasu. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily Good Life meditation, an exercise that I do each and every morning, a little bit after waking up. It's the 11th day of November and currently 4:53 a.m. I'm doing this for a second time. I did it just a minute ago when I had it unplugged, so there was no audio. So try again. Round two. Take two. I do this to remember my life objectives and principles, those which are outlined in my book, Going Alone. I also use the time to reflect on the last 24 hours, including my sleep, to see how I did with the various challenges and opportunities that I met, and to prepare for the coming day. I also use this time to remember and ready myself for death. Remember that death is coming, and to prepare myself for it as best I can. But I always like to open with a poem, so I'm going to read again the poem Ambition by Edward Thomas. I read it just a minute ago, so hopefully the second time it'll come through. There was no new vocabulary in here, so nothing new. Here we go. Ambition. Unless it was that day I never knew ambition. Let me try that again. Unless it was that day I never knew ambition. After a night of frost, before the March sun brightened and the south wind blew, jackdaws began to shout and float and soar already, and one was racing straight and high alone, shouting like a black warrior challenges and menaces to the wide sky. With loud, long laughter then, a woodpecker ridiculed the sadness of the owl's last cry. And through the valley where all the folk astir made only plumes of pearly smoke to tower over dark trees and white meadows, happier than was Elysium in that happy hour. A train that roared along raised after it, and carried with it a motionless white bower of purest cloud from end to end, close knit, so fair it touched the roar with silence. Couldn't you see it? Time was powerless while that lasted. I could sit and think I made the loveliest of prime breathed. I could sit and think I had made the loveliness of prime, breathed its life into it, and were its lord, and no mind lived save this twixt clouds and rime. Omnipotent I was, nor even deplored that I did nothing. But the end fell like a bell. The bower was scattered far off, the train roared. But if this was ambition, I cannot tell what 'twas ambition, for I know not well. Okay, that poem's coming to me better. I see the scene, the setting, the stillness, the tableau-like environment of the chill autumn morning, or maybe is it winter, the broken element of the train and what it does to his mind. We'll read it again tomorrow. All right, as for last night and yesterday, good day. Got a lot done yesterday. Prepared for my next AI connection training. Practically wrote another book in AI. Had a good lunch with my wife, a nice dinner with her. We did some shopping. I went to the beach and had a good swim. Good day. Slept well as well. Let's do the good life. My 8 objectives are: to be always ready to die, to make good and effective use of time, to develop and maintain good and sound life principles, to cultivate good emotional reactions, to perform good actions, to recognize my true limits and my true opportunities, to do just one thing at a time, and do that thing slowly, and deliberately, and carefully, and to keep my balance. By the way, you can find these 8 objectives and 35 principles in my book, Going Alone, which you can get a copy of from the link down in the description. I recommend the hardbound edition. My 35 principles now are: war, reason, homunculus, anchor hold, home of good and evil, purpose, atomic principle, principle of nature, the pirate ride, maturity, social principle, the principle of family, public speaking, temperance, life will not go well, the horror show, that which must be born, the feast of Offal, distraction, agency in the great indifference, the best seat in the house, the restless man, the path of wildness, the great life adventure, the risk of avoiding risk, sin and damnation, complete oblivion, the bullseye aim, the path of wildness, the season of philosophy, script writing, the bullseye aim again, sin, the uphill climb, arena and utility, nothing is enough, the principle of fun, and being ready. A little sloppy there at the end. All right, it's important to get them in the right order. They're ordered in a just so way. Okay, as for today, another busy day. I'm gonna take care of all of this, feed the dogs, feed myself, go to the beach, do my book reading of Going Alone, come back, clean house, go have lunch with Emily and my wife, of course, and then and we're going to see Gary today, her friend from Japan, coworker, who's came to the United States. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to meeting you, Gary. And then we'll come back, do this and that, and have a good evening. Am I ready for death? Is my life work complete? Yes. Are my relationships sound? Yes. Are my affairs in order? Absolutely. Again, a little out of order, but yeah. That's it. I wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe, and be ready. The wave is coming. Take care. I will move forward and up. I will rarely stop, and I will never